If a man doesn't ask you to marry you within the first 2 years and y'all still dating, I think the woman should leave him. Because most women date up. Most men date down.
That's an opinion.
No. Ain't it always a man has a younger woman?
Yeah.
Because they date up. They want more security. So when you're 23, you're looking for the 30-year-old guy most of the time. Most of the time, the 30-year-old guy is correct for them because he's more mature. He's more established. Men look for younger women because they look for more purity, more beauty. This is why it's like that. So when I say a woman should be looking for a relationship, I'm not saying she should be looking for a relationship in the 23-year-old per se, but usually they look to date up. So they date up in age, they date up in status, and they date up in income. I'm telling you that a woman should be looking for her mate at 23, whether he's a 30-year-old or not.
This is my argument, and this is one of the points that I made again. Fuck them numbers, Mar. Catch the fucking vibe. And no, wait a minute. Let me finish the point.
The vibe is for fun. The vibe ain't for relationship.
But no, you can build off that. That's the reality. Because first you gotta like you fuck each other. You know what I'm saying? So that's the vibe.
Right.
So keep having them vibes which turn into moments. And again, if some time has elapsed, 6-8 months, okay, you can sit there and say, okay, we got a little relationship going here. I get all that. But in saying what and commenting on what you just said, that's why them numbers really don't matter no more. Because if you're gonna sit there and say an older guy wants a younger woman or a woman wants an older guy for whatever reasons, really just some shallow motherfuckers. Really.
Not shallow. That's what men value beauty.
Not me though. I'm not. Trust me, I want a fine ass woman. But here's the thing: I'm more concerned on what's on the inside than the outside.
What matters most to you?
I just told you what's on the inside.
So you'll take an ugly joint.
I didn't say that.
So then it matters.
No, to a certain degree, Mark.
No, it's not to a certain to degree.
It does,
the only thing you have to be attracted to. You have to be attracted to.
I get that.
So
but
attraction
that's the
is your
physical part.
attraction is your number one thing. I don't care if she got a good ass vibe. For most men, you have to be attracted to her.
Well, understand this, Mark.
Women don't have to be attracted to you at first. That's why you see women with ugly guys.
Where do you get that from? Where the fuck is this coming from?
Women date up for financial status all the time.
So you saying all the women is shallow?
No, I'm saying
that's what I got out of that.
What I'm saying is looks don't matter for women when you have money.
I don't know.
That's why a rich guy can get a younger girl. Because it doesn't really matter.
I give you some of that, but I don't think that's always the case.
That's always the case. Why rich man always have a beautiful younger lady? Because they looking for it. They don't care about what you look.
Because he's a cool motherfucker.
No.
Old head, cool as shit.
No.
I would say this. So when you around like early 30s, I would say.
As a man.
As a male, yes. Start looking from a relationship standpoint as something that you want to have that can sustain the long term and obviously grow into a real relationship, whether it's engagement after that or marriage after that. I don't think, in my opinion, you should be doing that shit in your 20s because I just think not only are you letting yourself down, you letting that young lady down.
And let's just go back to 30-year-old Jay. And a woman told you, I've been having fun and I've slept with 75 guys. Would that turn you on?
Well, first of all, that 75 is actually going to be 150.
Okay.
Because she's not going to tell me the fucking truth. And I don't respect the truth. But hell no. Don't nobody want to experience that.
Right.
And you know that's a damn exaggeration anyway.
But no, that's like literally there's a podcast where women say I've been with 100 guys and she's only 27 guys.
I believe that shit, bro.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Like men prefer purity. The lower your body count, the better you are to me. The more that a man can't say he's been with you in your circle is it. This is why a man can't date anyone seriously that's dated their homie. But if you're telling all women to have fun till they're 30, what is having fun? They're getting ran through.
That don't mean they getting entirely ran through. What
in
I'm just
today's
saying,
time?
I'm just talking about don't look for a serious relationship. I'm not.
What does have fun to a woman mean?
That mean like go I mean,
use a man for his finances and go on
It's not
dates
even-
with no intentions of, because men date to have sex. Men spend money on you for the most part to have sex with you.
I agree with that.
So are you telling women to lead men on?
No, what I'm saying is if I got a daughter or a sister, what I'm saying is don't get tied down to a relationship early in life because everything changes. And you might not have, maybe to my sister or my daughter, found yourself yet. Or you may not be where you want to be in life yet to consider yourself in a relationship, because it's a real partnership when you're in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Your dreams and aspirations may not be theirs.
Correct.
So in saying that, this is what I'm saying. Have those life experiences. They ain't always got to be attached to sex. You understand what I'm saying? But it has to be attached to you and what you want.
But women become emotional with men and get attached.
I get that. This is why, another reason why I'm suggesting have fucking fun. That don't mean everything is sexual. The point of what I'm saying.
We live in a sexual society, Jay. Again, at 30, you're going to have someone most likely ran through.
Bro, first of all, that number, 30 years old, I can't say that because I got in my first, I would say, real relationship at fucking 19, 20. Was I mature enough? Fuck no. Was she mature enough? In my opinion, hell no. I ended up being with that person for 10 years. I didn't turn the corner till I got to be about 30, 31. I'm keeping it a bean, bro. I didn't start saying, okay, this is what I'm going to be doing every day, and this is what I want to do with my life moving forward. And I wasn't in nothing serious. I was just out dating, having fucking fun, bro.
Or a man that benefits you. I don't have a problem with that. I understand that. Most women date up. So at the 30, when you're thinking you're starting to hit your stride, that's what a woman is looking for the most part. But as a woman, and just in your sense, do you think that premise of, hey, maybe y'all shouldn't have been together because you didn't marry her? That goes to marry before you carry.
Okay, you can say that, but at the same time, too,
Like, if
I don't
to
think
me,
we were
to me-
mature enough to
I
be in a
know, but
relationship.
this is again, you keep saying we weren't mature, but this is what I'm saying. If you go back to traditionalism for women, get the man that wants to marry you before you carry for him. And that way you'll know that y'all are on the same wavelength.
Okay, now, let's
You
take
won't
what just said.
feel as a burden to leave her. This is what I'm saying for my people, for my young generation out there. Like, stop having babies before you know if it's somebody that wants to be with you and you're not a burden to them.
Okay, if they don't have a baby, but it's okay for her to rock out sexually.
If you're in a relationship, to me, if a man doesn't ask you to marry you within the first 2 years and y'all still dating, I think the woman should leave him. Because
oh my fucking God.
she does. He doesn't.
That's some
Yes.
bullshit.
If you can't
Hell
commit
no,
to her,
Mark.
well, you're wasting her time.
No,
and you're
Mark,
wasting
Mark.
your time.
So, all right, so I'm going to knock it down for 2 motherfucking years, and then we going to go our separate ways. So, by the time she gets 30,
Why wouldn't you
hold on,
marry?
wait a minute, because she might not be my type.
Then why are you with her?
And honestly, too, here's the thing, too. Everything fucking changes, bro.
What changes?
Everything. Do tell me what don't change. Everything
I'm saying
changes.
what changes from we both agreed that you know if you want to marry the woman in the first month, in the first year.
No.
I'm
gonna
talking
take
about
this-
me and you. On the previous episode, we both agreed that you realize you know if the woman you're with is wifey material.
I still agree
So
with that.
if you know that if you in 2 years in and you don't know if she wifey material, why are you with her?
Because you may love and like this woman. You may not be married, or y'all may not be married.
Right. So go ahead and
Ready for
why,
marriage.
Why are y'all wasting each other's time?
I don't think that's a waste.
That is.
No, bro. You still growing. 2 years, you absolutely at 100% in 2 years. Now, let me finish this. In 2 years, you absolutely feel like there's no more growth. We hit the wall. We are ready to get married and spend the next 40 to 50 years together, bro.
You've been with somebody for 2 years.
No,
you ought to know what you like and don't like.
Yeah, exactly. I might.
Right, so
I
make
might
the
know I
decision.
like
Be the
you
man
enough.
or be the woman strong
Nah,
enough to make
I
the
don't agree with
decision
that.
that this is not something
Nah.
I see in the future.
That's
I've
not
done
enough
it
time.
in life.
That's not enough
I've
time.
told someone that, hey, I'm not going to marry you. And it fell apart after that, but I was man enough
What
to
did
say,
you expect? what the fuck,
Right, but
bro?
I was honest with that. I wasn't going to lead her on or nothing like that, and it broke up. I was willing to break up because I knew I didn't want to waste that girl's time.
Okay. That's what you do. I'm not doing
No,
that.
I'm just saying that's what you should do in general. If you can, we can't
I don't
sit
agree
here.
with that shit.
Yes, why? What is the purpose of being in a relationship if you're not seeing that person as someone you can be with for the? What's the purpose of being in a 10-year relationship? You don't see yourself with her for 10 to 20 more years. What's the purpose?
To again find the loved one that you want, but that may take time, bro. That's two. You can't
10
put a
years?
timeline. Hold on, you put
What
a
else
timeline.
What else could you
I
find
didn't
out?
say 10 years, bro. You said 2. I'm on 2 years. You said 2 years.
I said at 2 years you should. I didn't say you had to, but you should be willing to marry her.
No, man.
Yes.
No, bro.
Yes.
No, bro. You out of your mind.
No.
Hell no.
Because
No.
after that point, you're
No.
just wasting time.
Well, that's.
You're just wasting time,
you
and you're
gotta let-
possibly gonna have
No,
a
no,
kid
no.
that you ain't gonna be with, and you're gonna have a separate family household, and her rules over here, your rules over there. That's dysfunction.
Now,
to the
I
beginning.
agree with the conversation and expectations while we in this for the last 2 years. But to make a decision whether you're going to marry this person after 2 years or you're going to tell her, listen, you ain't the one I want to marry, so we should shut this down. First of all, everything changes. You understand what I'm saying? So when saying that, there's still a lot of growth after 2 years in a relationship, Mark.
Right, but you should already know if you're willing to spend your life with this person. The core principles don't change after 2 years. The core is
But
going
the
to be there.
priorities might, Mark. But the priorities might.
All right, and if the priorities change,
It could
then-
be children. It could be fucking bills. It can be family situations. Priorities changes.
they're both going to change for you. The
Bro,
bill's going to be the same. Everything.
don't
If
think
you're in
that's
a
enough time,
relationship
bro.
at 2 years, all the priorities is changing. So when in that 2 years, you should have a conversation of where you see yourself in 10, 20 years.
It's cool to have a conversation, but I don't think you should
Like,
make a decision based on how long y'all been together, whether or not you want to marry this person. That's not enough
No,
time.
I didn't say that just because you're there, but I said you should know and understand that.
You may know that in your mind, but I don't think you should communicate that because, again, women are emotional creatures. Like you just said, as soon as you said that, told the fucking truth, that I don't see myself marrying you, what happened to the relationship?
It broke up.
Exactly.
Right, but I understood
So
that.
let me ask you this.
See, in hindsight, I respected her and let her know when she was talking about marriage. Hey, I don't see myself marrying you.
But let me ask you this. Do you know or do you think you hurt that woman?
Yes.
Okay, so when saying that, I don't know how much love y'all could have garnered if you would have never said that, or how much growth y'all still could have had. But one thing I do know, you can learn to love somebody. And because it's more factors involved. Like, hold on, Mark, hold on. In a relationship, you want trust.
Yeah.
That fine, pretty motherfucker, you might can't trust her.
Correct.
You see what I'm saying? You want honesty.
Correct.
Okay. This motherfucker might be a lying ass nigga. So in saying all that, and that's just and you want financial stability.
Yes.
Okay, so when saying all that, she might not have reached her peak in 2 years.
Right. You don't wait till somebody reaches their peak. You grow together.
It's cool growing together, but I just think that's after 2 years, bro, it's so much growth left and still learning of that other person.
No.
You know, before you make a decision like that, that's going to affect the rest of your life. Oh, hell no. 2 years ain't enough time, bro.
2 years is plenty of time.
Nah, man.
2 years is plenty
I don't
of
agree with
time.
that, Mark. I don't agree with that.
Plenty of time.
I don't agree with that. Now, I can sit here and have a
Wasting,
conversation.
you going, there's no way I'm going to tell my daughter when she becomes of age in her 20s and she's dating a guy for 2 years who has no plans for her in the future. There's no way I'm telling my daughter to stick with him. No way.
Okay.
What's your plans, young man? I don't know. I don't see myself marrying. If a man told you I don't see myself marrying your daughter, you gonna tell her to stick with it and still try it out?
I'm gonna ask you why. That's all. It's a
But
simple conversation. It's
it doesn't
a
matter
conversation
why,
Because again, one thing I'm not going to have information to or be privileged to is the details of their relationship. That's none of my business.
It's none of your business. But I'm saying if you was sitting there talking to your girlfriend, your sister, your daughter's boyfriend,
There's a reason why this nigga saying no.
It's a reason why, but you're still gonna communicate.
And I may not want to know.
You may not want to know.
Child. Might hurt my feelings.
But when you hear that, you're going to go to your daughter and say, "Hey, yeah, keep sticking it out."
Again, I don't have the details because
I don't care about the details. I'm asking Jay, if the man she's dating tells you she's not going to marry, I don't see me marrying your daughter, are you going to say, shit, you should take more time and stick it out and work on it?
No, this is what I would honestly tell her. I would sit there and say, first of all, well, why do he feel that way? See, I'm going to ask the right questions without getting the details of that relationship. No, because at the end of the day, it might be something she might tell me on why she's not ready for that neither.
I didn't say you think now you're spinning the question.
No,
I'm telling you
ways.
It's not. If he tells you that he's not marrying your daughter, it's no way. I don't believe
it has to be an explanation attached to that.
I don't care what it is. It could be her core principles of what she's done. Whatever, she's not going to change. If it's been 2 or 3 years, her core principles
Wait a minute.
are
She's not going to change. How old would she be, Mark? Because again, if she's in her 20s, she's going to change.
Her core principles of what she believes in doesn't change.
We ain't
You
talking
as a
about
man,
church.
you have core principles.
Yeah.
It's not going to change.
We ain't talking about church.
Your ideals might change, but your core principles of what you believe in ain't going to change.
Right, but those things may
So
not
if it's a
factor
core
into my relationship.
It does. Your core principles don't factor in your.
It may not. Like picture you like this. Picture like this. It's so many facets of a relationship, Mark. You need certain ones to meet.
Right.
And that's what you build on.
If the other person doesn't believe your core principles align with his, then I'm not going to marry you for it.
Yeah, they have to be aligned. That's why I say it's so many.
Right. So you would tell your daughter to stay in that when a man tells you that no fucking way.
Mark. First of all, this is why I say before you call yourself being in a relationship, it's a conversation y'all need to have about expectations. That
Correct.
is exactly my point in saying that.
Yeah, so if you had the conversation of your expectations, y'all 2 years in, that I'm sure when your expectations is at some point when you were talking about expectation, I expect to be married at some point, and that was already conversed when you have that conversation. So if 2 years in you don't see yourself marrying this other person, you should be the bigger person and say no.
I just don't agree with that. I just think you need more time.
I don't think you need
2 years is not a lot of time, Mark.
2 years is to know if you want to marry somebody. I'm not saying you pick up and get married, but you should be moving forward to marry. A motherfucking engagement should happen, and eventually within the next year to 3, you should be married. I'm not saying get married at 2 years. I'm saying at 2 years, you know if you want to be married. So engagement should happen, and y'all should be preparing for marriage within the next 3 to 5 years.
Wait,
everybody don't have money to get married right away and have the wedding that they want. I understand that. So you can take time to build up to say if the young lady wants a big wedding or the man wants a big wedding, you could take time to build up for that. But in 2 years, you should be on your way for an engagement and preparing to marry that person because you already had the conversation of your expectations when you first started dating to get into the relationship. So you should understand the core values of what's going on. What do I want in life? What do you want in life? And everything. And if it changes, that's cool. If it changes and we don't align no more, then go ahead and move on.
So you just wasted years of your life.
Exactly. You just wasted 2 years instead of 10.
What the fuck? I'm not trying to waste any. So honestly,
right.
In my opinion,
so,
hold on. In my opinion, in what you just said, I just think you put more pressure on a fucking relationship. To me.
No, you just put
with them kind of stipulations,
how is
bro.
it pressure when you yourself say you talk about the expectations? So where's the pressure when you have your expectations? I have my expectations. We have the expectation talk. So we know where we going. So where's the pressure at? The pressure comes when you don't have those conversations.
No.
I think it just comes out of nowhere. That's the pressure.
Timelines on shit.
No, it's not a timeline.
It is. You said 2 years.
Yeah,
that's a timeline.
In 2 years, you should know if you want to be married or not.
Okay, that don't mean you got to have that fucking conversation, my guy.
Well, do you want to have the expectation conversation or not? I don't understand your point, Jack. You saying you have the expect conversation, and when most of the time you have expect conversations going into a relationship, you are talking about where you see both of yourselves within this time.
Yeah, but not within a timeline. That could be in life.
Who the hell is going to put that?
Or what you want in your lifetime.
What same person would say, I don't have a time of getting married. I just want to be with you and not have a time.
Mar, there's so many relationships out here that have been together for 5 years. They not even engaged, bro.
Right.
So that kills
and then
your
when
argument.
And then when they don't never get married, it was nothing but a waste of time.
No, because they may get married.
Because then eventually they probably have a kid. It's going to be a dysfunctional family of a separated household. She got rules over here, rules over here. This is what I'm saying why we're failing, because we don't have traditional values no more. We got to get back to traditional values to get our communities better and to be raising our kids properly, man. This is crazy to me that you want to just... It's not, again, a relationship especially when you have kids, it's about the kids, it's about the family. Like, it's so much selfishness going on.
But that's what you wanted to grow into. But this is why I'm saying my
Why
argument
waste
is this.
the time,
my
bro?
argument is but to know exactly what you want.
You should know.
So to be able to do that in 2 years, to be able to have the blueprint of your life for the next 40 to 50, that's fucking ludicrous, bro.
If you're with the person every day of your life and talking and being in a relationship and most likely living together and all that, there's nothing else to know. You already know their core values. It's either you want to deal with it and love them how they are or they're not. Their core values don't change. The ideas might change. Your core values don't change.
Mark, for you to sit there and say we need to start their whole relationship shit young.
No, you need to be looking for a relationship. Women need to be looking to be in a relationship younger, because you put miles on your body, your looks go down, and you become less valuable to a valuable man.
All the shit you talking about is superficial shit that ain't got nothing to do with the substance of a person. Absolutely.
It is not, because men are visual purpose. You don't care. A woman can't, in general, if we were in a relationship, a man and a woman was in a relationship and they were both working. If the man loses their job and the woman had to take care and the man never worked again, how long would that last?
I don't know, Mark. I can't
I'm just saying, give me your educated answer of what you think that would last. It wouldn't last for long. In my
opinion, to be the strength of the relationship. How strong it is. Because now, again, everything that you saying, you talking about get married, do this, do that. You ain't basing none of this shit on love and commitment. You based it all on superficial shit.
No, I'm not basing it on love and commitment. You don't know if you love somebody in 2 years?
No, you can have love.
Again,
that don't mean you get married.
Right, because what's married, you gotta know the financial, the superficial shit. If you already know love is there, then what's next? The superficial shit. You can't argue both ways.
No, I'm not arguing both ways. You want this shit in a box. That ain't life.
That is life.
No, that's your life.
That is life. That's why life today is fucked up.
Okay, but
it's not working.
But no, to me it ain't working because the motherfuckers that call themselves being in this relationship, they not mature enough. They fucking cheating.
No,
they don't. They not
cheating because they're not
rounded all the way. They not rounded all the way yet. Their life is changing every motherfucking day because they not stable yet.
Bullshit.
Nah, bro. Maturity means a lot.
No, maturity doesn't mean.
If not, you're wasting your time.
Commitment. Okay, all you gotta do is be committed to somebody, and that's all. That's the easiest thing. It's easy to do wrong. It's harder to do right. It's hard to be in a relationship. So if you're gonna have a relationship, be in the relationship. Don't fucking jick and jive and dink and donk it. If you choosing to be in a relationship with somebody, be in a relationship with somebody. Be committed to that person. If not, don't be in a relationship.
Okay. Well, we shouldn't be fucking with that word relationship, because what I did at 20 years old, having my first son, I call myself being in a relationship.
Right. But were you ready?
Wait a minute. Fuck no. That's my point.
Exactly. That's my point.
So, but even still,
you was with somebody for 10 years. You said why?
Exactly, Mark.
So don't be. If you would have cut it off, it wouldn't be in that problem.
Mark, cut it off with strings fucking attached. That's hard to do. And in saying
what strings?
I had a son.
Right. Marry before you carry.
Okay, but you're living in the fucking 50s.
I'm not living in the 50s. I'm living in reality.
Okay, but in reality today, that shit don't apply.
No, it's because we don't put it to apply. We don't hold traditional values again of what a family structure and what society needs. Society is, you are built to be with someone. Humans are built to be with someone.
Yes, so when there's no timeline on that
so
shit,
getting married is not really about love. It's a commitment. When you don't get married, you have no skin in the game, brother.
No, I don't agree with that, Mark.
You have no skin in the game.
You can have commitment without marriage. You can. You can, Mark.
It doesn't work.
To you, it don't work.
It doesn't. Tell me.
I picture like this. I'm just going to shoot past your timeline of 2 years. if I been committed to a woman for 4 years, I love her the same. I'm definitely committed to her. I've been with her for 4 years. I don't have any plans on going nowhere. So maybe in 4 or 5 years, I can start to think like this. Okay, wait a minute. This has been my life for the last 3 or 4 years. I'm comfortable in this situation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now we can start thinking about engagement and then possibly marriage. But in 2 years, I can't do that, bro.
What are you thinking about?
In 2
Why
years,
would you waste 5? Why would you waste 5 years of your life?
I'm not wasting nothing. I'm making sure my life is at a certain point that I'm
that makes
sure.
No fucking
no,
sense,
that makes sense, bro.
That's
nah,
like going.
That makes
that's
a lot
like
of
going.
sense,
that's
bro.
like going to school
in 2 fucking years.
That's like going to school.
You don't graduate till 4.
Right, but that's like going to school with no expectations of graduating.
Okay, but that's at least 4 years. You talking about 2, Mark.
4 years because you go fucking not even the whole year. You got fucking days off. You got half the year. Exactly. Like, stop it.
Okay,
that's not even. So 4 years is like 2 years.
So no.
In actual time.
So in saying that, even high school, 4 years. Even
half
college,
the time.
Hold on, even college, 4 years. So in saying that, if we take your argument,
so that's before we go further. 4 years in high school, 4 years in college.
Yeah.
If you condense it as far as time,
no,
we can.
You putting a stipulation.
Hold on, no, I'm not putting a stipulation. I'm putting reality to it.
I'm putting a timeline on it.
Right. So if you take the 4 years and condense it from the time you off, it's about 2 years.
I'm looking total. I ain't looking at days off because at the end of the day,
you're not looking at reality.
No.
That's reality.
No. Reality is this. In a relationship or a committed one,
there's no time off.
There is no fucking days off.
I know, so that's the reality I'm saying of school. You have days off. So if you take the days off and combine them, it actually turns into about 2 years worth of school 24/7 if you do it like that.
Well, this is what I'm saying.
That's the reality of it.
This is what I'm saying. So in them 4 years, with those times off, the weekend and whatever, you might become ready to be in a relationship. Because not only has the time that has passed is 4 years, you may feel like you know everything about this person from a personal standpoint, from a financial standpoint, and you may feel like in those 4 years that, okay, we solid, we can grow, we can get married, we can have a family, we can do all of that shit, we can buy the house, we can do all that. But I don't think in 2 years you can start to build towards that. But I don't think in 2 years you definitely sure that this the person I want to be with for the rest of my life. That is really hard, bro.
It's not hard.
That's hard, bro.
It's not hard because all you got to do is put in the work and put in the honesty to it. You know, a man knows if this girl is wifey material or not.
Yeah.
So you already know. Like, I don't understand.
You may already know, but you might not be financially ready.
Nobody's
that's
never
part
financially ready.
So won't you get financially fucking ready then?
There's no such thing as financially ready. It's always want more. You always want more.
I don't agree with that.
Yeah, there's no way.
If
you financially ready, everybody waited till you're financially ready, you would have never get married.
More, let me speak on myself when it comes to this. I'm the type motherfucker. I'm not a needy guy. I can find happiness in a fucking paper bag, bro.
Okay.
Like, so in saying that, because I know how life changes, and because I know I'm not needy, at the end of the day, having that relationship may be good for that moment because I know the potential that it may have. That don't mean after 2 years in with this particular woman that I can sit here and say that we're both ready from all aspects, not only from an emotional standpoint, but a financial standpoint. Do we want the family standpoint? Again, these is a lot of things that you got to cover in 2 years. And I don't think that's enough time.
How don't you know if you want a family after 2 years? How do you know you don't want
No,
the
that's
family
one of the
standpoint?
conversations of expectations.
But I'm saying after 2 years, how do you not know what expectation of family is for both of y'all?
Well, honestly, again, in 2 years, you still growing with this person. Y'all having conversations.
But after 2 years, how do you know what their family values are? Like, I don't understand that. Explain that to me.
No, you can know what your values is, Mark, but this is the point I'm making.
You already know if you want to have a kid. You already know what you want to do. You already know what you have to retire. You should already know all that.
Yeah, I could want these things. That don't mean I'm ready for them, Mark. That's the point I'm making. That don't mean I'm fucking ready. True. That doesn't mean I'm ready.
It means ready if you're ready to move on with this person.
Being that young and making them kind of decisions that are lifelong decisions, I think you wait as long as possible because you want to be sure. I don't think after 2 years, all right.
Waiting as long as possible is why 70% of Americans can't retire.
Mark, everybody not from Alabama like you, bro. We got up north values.
It doesn't matter. That's down
early.
here. That's why 90% of America live check to check.
Okay.
They have individualities. They don't want to work together. They want to prolong things.
But
instead of coming together with the person you love and say, hey, you know what? We can do this, and having an expectation of let's build together early so that when we're in our retirement age, that we have stuff built together that we can retire comfortably and take care of our kids. Like, I don't understand how.
No, I just think you in a perfect world.
I'm not in the perfect world.
I think you are. With them kind of values, Mark, you're in a perfect fucking world, bro. We're not in a perfect world.
That's you is satisfied with the world we in.
No.
That's all it is.
That's me knowing myself.
No, that's you satisfied in the world you in.
No, I don't.
Like when you say, because you're talking about everybody, like me knowing that, and you putting that on everybody. That is not working for society. It's not working for society. Our kids are killing each other. Our kids are not learning. Our kids are doing all this stuff that you're having, all this promiscuous sex with everybody, and nothing is working. Nothing is working.
That's why, in my opinion, people...
Because of the values that they're doing, because everything is just, I don't want to be in a relationship, is why nothing is working. This is why you have broken families. This is why you have kids out here who don't have good mentorship, because everybody's doing it on their own instead of coming together like they should. It's not working. I don't care how much you say that you need time to know, that does not work. Does not work. And it's being proved to you every day in society. We are less married today, and the world is worse for it. The world is worse for it.
Well, listen, that's your opinion. Obviously,
it's not an opinion. Is the
world
world worse?
One for you. No, listen. Again, what world are you living in? Because
this world.
Because what's going on today?
In
this
America.
is what I see. This is what I see. I see motherfuckers in a relationship or call themselves being in a relationship, having kids within that so-called relationship. Honestly, not being ready for that relationship, whether it's from a financial standpoint, even a maturity standpoint. This is why my suggestion for today's folks and what's going on right now in reality is get into yourself, grow, hit your pinnacle of your growth. Hopefully that growth may be, it may stop, or you may be rounded out in your early 30s. Then start to look for that legitimate relationship that you hope can last the rest of your life. Because in your 20s, again, everything is everything is changing, bro. So fucking fast. And again, in your 20s, you haven't had many life experiences. So with not having many life experiences comes a lot of mistakes and bad decisions. You don't agree with that? How many bad decisions you made in your 20s? A lot, Mark.
Right. And how many bad decisions came from not listening to the people in the position?
What you mean? Everybody don't have them voices in their
Everybody
life,
does
Mark.
have them, but that's for us to put it out there. That's for us to do it. Just because you don't have it, we are on a podcast. We should be telling the people this. You're telling them to keep doing that.
No, what I'm telling them is, American people.
It's not.
Let me be clear. American people, this is what I'm saying. And I want to be clear, because obviously me and Mara disagree. I'm saying to you, American people, live your life to the fullest. Enjoy your life, because at some point when you want to get into that serious relationship, some of that shit you done missed and passed you by. Have fun now. Have your life experiences. Whether that's traveling, whether that's continuing your education, whether that's finding the right career path that you choose to go on, whatever that journey is. And my suggestion is this: when you're ready to commit to that person, because that person is going to become your priority. Let's be clear. You agree with that part of that? That person becomes your priority. You agree with that? Partially? Now I'm lost. But anyway, this is why I'm saying, until you are 100% ready, and you're moving consistently every day on how you want to live for the rest of your life, then you go ahead and call yourself getting married or getting engaged and start to have that real legitimate relationship that you want in your lifetime.
You know what that does? You know what that type of thinking does? It only pushes the goalposts for you back. When you say I'm not, when you can control it and constantly say I'm not ready, you can continuously say that. It takes a motherfucker that's strong to commit to something, man. Even gym, even diet, even work, it takes a commitment to it.
It's discipline.
So relationship is nothing but a discipline. So when you say you can't be disciplined, that's bullshit. All you got to do is commit to it. It's no different than anything else in life. It's no different than motherfuckers committing to their job. They can go to work every fucking day for 30 years and have no problem, and people fucked up all in there because they committed to going to work because they stuck on the check. What they've done is devalued relationships, and this is why everybody just leaves. They won't leave that fucking job, but they'll leave each other over some bullshit. And this is what people are putting out there, and I'm not going to co-sign that shit.
Okay.
Be the commitment and be strong enough to commit to the person that you in love with. Work with them and build with them. Don't be pushing the goalposts back for yourself. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. Jump into that shit. That's just like saying I'm not ready to work, but I ain't gonna go work. That's bullshit. Jump into that job and go work.
Okay.
The same thing you do for that fucking green paper you do for the person you love.
Okay. You in that perfect world.
I'm not in a perfect world. A relationship is not perfect, but if you want society to change for the better, you gotta be committed to somebody, man, because I'm telling you, this is why we are failing, because everybody is the self-culture and making sure you're good and all this nonsense is bullshit. Now you can enjoy yourself. You can be good and grown with the person you love. Like, I don't understand how that is a problem. Y'all both grow. You had the conversation. Y'all both grow together. Have the conversation of that and grow together. Like, don't be afraid to commit to each other. Be afraid not to commit to each other. That should be the fucking phrase. Be afraid not to commit to each other.
Okay.
Because that's where we lose at.
Okay, well, I'm going to give you reality.
That is reality.
No, I'm going to give you reality. Men are physically attracted first. I totally agree with that part. But at the end of the day, that's not going to be the full attraction to me. What's going to be the full attraction? Hold on, dog. What's going to be the full attraction to me is the substance, the character, and the quality of that woman. She ain't got to be fucking Beyonce and how she look. But at the end of the day, if them qualities match up with Beyonce, and she can look like motherfucking, this ain't no knock, I'm just giving an example of night and day. If fucking India Ari, I'm cool with that. Because at the end of the day, when I turn my back and go do what I need to do for us, I ain't got no motherfucking worries because our values are aligned. We both committed to each other. And we both know what we want at this stage in our life. Because we might already had the bullshit in the 20s or early 30s. We might already had that shit. Because quite honestly, if we go with your assessment, forget how old you is. How many relationships have you actually had in your life? Relationships.
Probably about 4.
So let's stop right there. Me, I've had 3. I have 3. So when saying that, each one was different, obviously. Obviously, these 3 women had different traits. I did marry one of them. But at the end of the day, all those things that you talk about, I don't recall one motherfucking conversation. And this just could be my fault or our fault, me and the person I was with fault. I don't recall one motherfucking conversation of expectations and how we want our life to play out for the rest of our tenure. Because those conversations are they not even fucking normal. Because to me, everybody is so different and everybody's always on the next best thing. To have that commitment you talk about, not only does it take unprecedented discipline, you basically ask them to live in a motherfucking box. Because those values, I'm not gonna say they played out. They're definitely from an older generation on what's going on today. Because everything is fucking fast, Mark.
Again, you're assimilating to today and pushing the goalposts back for yourself. You just said, so if the goal back to the perfect girl that you said it just ain't about that and you want to be intellectual and everything. If you find
That's just substance, bro.
I want to talk about the person you literally just described 3 minutes ago. Don't have to be the Beyonce, it could be whatever, and it's the vibe and all that. The girl you just described, you keep giving me something that's fixable. The girl you just described that you said is your ideal girl. You got her. What's holding you back?
Again, I don't know how much time you putting on this, but I just feel like let us grow into that and let us.
What
both
else
be
is there
actually
to
right.
grow? If she's everything you wanted,
I would have to know the intangibles of that person.
it's everything you wanted. It's everything you wanted. I'm saying this. It's everything you wanted. If she's not everything you want, let her go. I am not going to co-sign my daughter in a 6-year relationship with no connection.
See, now you're gonna bring the kids.
I'm
Now
not.
you gonna bring the
Because that's
kids.
just not. I'm just not gonna do that for my daughter. I am not.
That's
gonna,
a hard one. We don't have the details
I don't
of
care
our
to
daughter
co-sign.
relationship.
If my daughter is in a 6-year relationship from a man that hasn't committed her, I am not for that shit.
So if that man sit there and say, you ask this young brother, yo, why you and my daughter ain't get married yet? Or do y'all have plans to get married? He sit there and say, well, we want to get married. We just don't feel like we're ready yet, and 6 years has passed. And you ask him, well, why you think or why you don't feel away? And he sit there and say some shit like, well, your daughter can't keep a stable job, or she don't know what she want to do with her career.
Then leave
What's your
her.
response?
Then leave her.
Okay.
Because obviously she's not making you happy, brother.
But no, that may not be the case, Mark.
Yeah,
he
but
just want her to make sound decisions, which she can grow into.
No.
Oh my balls.
No.
So there's never no. So
you're usually at your. That is a core.
See, that's the
value.
perfect world you talking about.
No, that is a
Mark,
core
you don't
value.
feel like you're still growing as a person?
My core values? No.
I'm
of going to work and all
general,
that. That's a core
That's
thing.
a general statement. Do you feel like you still growing?
I'm still growing as a person, but my
So
core
am I.
values ain't. My core values don't change,
Okay, I would
brother.
need to know what your core values.
It doesn't
I don't know
matter.
what they
Whatever
are.
you stand on and believe on, you know what your core values. You know if you got somebody who can't work. You know if you got a lazy person in your household. You know that. You don't just go from a hard worker to a not hard worker. It's your core values. You know if you're a man that wants to work. You know if you're a woman that can cook. You know if you're a woman that want to cook. You know if you want to have a baby. Like, these are core values that don't change. When you talk about as you get older, you get stuck in your ways. So it's less opportunity to grow with someone.
That's that coffee cup talk, bro.
That is not coffee cup talk. When you are not stuck in your ways as you get more older.
Stuck? No.
Yes.
Everything.
Yes.
I agree with that for the most part.
It's harder to unlearn.
But the opportunity is there. That's what I'm saying.
Not when the older you get, the harder it is.
Oh, I'm not arguing that.
Right. So if the older you get, the harder it is.
But it's still a window for growth.
No.
Yes, it is, Mark.
It's always still for growth. But I'm saying when you deal with a woman or a man stuck in their ways, they are harder to deal with, and that becomes as you get older. You both mold each other, complement each other, growing. Y'all will grow into the perfect relationship. No, don't put two plants together and they not going.
So this is what I got out of
the
this.
odds are not there. I'm not saying it can't happen. When I talk in general form for most likely things to happen.
Okay.
Because again, we were the most married. We were the most entrepreneur. We were all of that until they started the separation and individually movement. And we latched on to that and keep doing it. And now we're guising it as we're not ready. No, we're ready. We just have to have the commitment to it. That's all it is.
All right, let me say this to
Stop pushing the goalposts back for yourself, people. Stop going under that reality that you're not ready. You are ready. You are ready. Just do it. Like Nike, just do it. Just do it and be in it for real. If you love someone, do it. And do what you have to do for you, yours, and your kid, and it'll be all right.
Okay.
Are you going to be happy 100% of the time?
Okay.
No. You're going to have ups and downs, but it's up to that's where the commitment comes in.
No, that's where the maturity comes in.
You could be. Are you working at 24? Are you working when you get out? You've been working all your life. You could commit to your job. You could commit to somebody else. If you could commit to working all of your life to try to retire, you could commit to somebody else. It's not hard. It's just that it's easy now to get out of relationships as on the guise of I'm unhappy instead of working on it. When you marry somebody, it's nothing but a paper, but it's a commitment. Just work on that commitment. Hey, we are struggling right now. What can we do to make it better? Okay, we can do this, you can do this, and you can do that. Have that conversation, work on it. That's what people don't want to work on. They just want it to be easy. They want the person that they want to be with to be perfect already. And you're not going to get that because it's not going to happen because they're going to be stuck in their ways and they ain't going to want to deal with you. So grow. grow together. That way you can do something. That shit is crazy to me.